Hey everyone, this is Nose, and this is the feature video for release 0.12.0. I've decided to bump up the minor version because Nick has really outdone himself. He rewrote how the actor sheets work and the editor. He started implementing active effects. He's just done some really great work. So let me show you some of the new features. The posture. You can set your posture, and if you notice Bog up here, if I change his posture to lying down, he now has the prone or lying down status effect. I can change it to kneeling. He has kneeling, crouching, sitting, and of course this affects your combat move. So your combat move in crouching is less. You'll notice the move over here. If I go to back up to standing, it's 5. If I go to prone, you only get to move 1. It's pretty cool. If you don't care about posture, leave it at standing and everything's fine. But if you do, then this will allow you to set your posture and everybody can see it. The next really cool feature is if an actor has an effect, here I'll switch this guy to prone, then he has an effect on him, this button becomes active. This opens up the Effects Modifiers window. It's a little window that sits up here, and it shows you active effects on the selected character. So Bog is currently the selected character, but if I want to see what's on the test goblin, I can click on the test goblin and see what's there. And these are on the fly for me. So I can click on -4 to hit, and it shows up down here in the modifier bucket. I hope to expand this to include more information, but for right now, it's pretty good because you can go around to see the various actors, you select on them, and you get to see the active effects and what their minuses are. And if it's something that can apply to you, you can click on it and use it. This shows another one. He added mental stun, so this fire elemental is mentally stunned. And he changed the reeling and exhausted to be active effects too, so they show up. Now, some people have noticed this when you get into combat and you use the maneuvers, this affects your move value. So if you're doing nothing, you're stunned or something, then your move is 0. If you're moving, of course, then it's updated. If you're doing something else, like an attack, you get a step of 1, and this will change the move value. However, if you don't play with maneuvers or you don't want to deal with the issue of it automatically restricting your move value, there's a system setting near the bottom, Maneuver Updates Move, and this will set the move value based on your maneuver. If you turn this off, then your move value just stays at its maximum, and you can still use the maneuvers, but it doesn't update your move value. The next thing we added is a little bit of chat help command. Long story short, people could type in chat commands, but if they didn't provide the right parameters, it would come back and say, I don't know what this chat command is. And so I've changed that. If you type in most of the chat commands and you don't give a parameter, you'll get some help information on it. Or you can type /help and the name of the chat command, or question mark and the name of the chat command. So if some you have to do that, like select. This gives you some information about select. It selects tokens, it tells you some parameters, and then it gives you some examples of how it might work. They're not perfect, but they're better than nothing. So like if we look at the animation, yeah, the animation thing is huge with lots of examples. Hopefully that's useful. It was specifically commands like EV for everyone. People would type that in and would come back and say, I don't have a command EV, which we knew you had a command EV. Everybody uses it. We've added a few small usage things. You can now roll on the usage column and it will do that attack, even if it's blank. So I can click here and the pumped shotgun will fire. And you notice on skills and spells, the skill level and the relative skill level are both clickable. They both roll the same thing. It just gives you a little bit more space for your users to click instead of trying to hit this little teeny square. And of course, there are a bunch of little teeny fixes here and there. But the coolest thing was an add-on by one of our users, Steveville. I'm hoping that's Evil Steve, but either way, he did some cool stuff for us. So in the configuration, there is now a color character sheet, and this allows you to set some colors for your character sheet. So if I want the attribute button to show up a slightly different color when it's highlighted, I'll go in and say, you know what, I want this to be more of a, let's go with a kind of an orangish color when I hover over it. And I'll update the colors, and so now it's an orangish color when I update over the attribute stuff. And if you want to clear the colors back to normal, then you select this override colors, update, and then if you go back into it, you'll see that it's back to the default color set. So he's got it set up to do some of the areas in color. Who knows? He might be enticed to do more. But it's a good start, and we'll go from there. So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for hanging around. We have been in active development on this game aid for over a year. We started in late October of 2020, and we're still going strong a year later. We've got some new stuff coming out. Nick's work on the active effects is bearing some fantastic fruit, and hopefully we can wow you some more before the beginning of the new year. So as always, thank you for watching.